Hi, welcome to Knits Up. I'm Mindy, your hostess, otherwise known as KnitterCNY. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as KnitterCNY. And you can find a podcast group on Facebook, and there's also a podcast group on Ravelry. I'm most active on Instagram, so if you have any questions, please just direct message me on Instagram if you have questions about anything that I've been working on. I did pick a winner for the sock yarn, and that is Tammy Woods. So Tammy, if you're seeing this, I did reply to your comment with my email address so that you can send me your address so I can get that sock yarn out to you. That was, I think it's 4 skeins of regular sock yarn, and then there's 162, 150 gram mill end. So you've got sock yarn there enough for 3 pairs of socks. So I hope that you enjoy that. And please, Tammy Woods, please contact me by email. So I used the random comment generator, but I used it on my phone, and I record with my phone, so I can't show you, that I did that. But I think you can trust me. I've been doing this for over 12 years. So that's what you got. She's a subscriber as well. And so I finished some things. I finished the Stone Mountain Cowl by Jewel Washington, who is North Knits, for Yarnspirations. It called for 2 skeins of Bernat Softy Chunky. I had 2 skeins of Lion Brand Thick and Quick in oatmeal, so that's what I used. And that was part of the stash that came last year, a year ago in October, when I did my first Facebook Marketplace deal where I got a whole box of yarn for $10. If you remember, there was a sweater that I made last year out of Lion Brand Thick and Quick that I made in 17 days for a friend of mine, bulky with cables. It was a 2 of Wands pattern, if I remember correctly. Really nice. So this cowl I started last Sunday and I finished last Sunday. And I used a 9mm crochet hook. This is a beginner-friendly pattern, and it also has a video from the Crochet Crowd's Mikey, who will show you how to handle what happens when you get to the end of a round and you need to continue, because this is a infinity scarf. You can either wear it as an infinity scarf or as a cowl if you double it up. So that was a nice quick thing. From that same $10 stash of yarn, I also had a couple of skeins of Country Loom by Loops and Threads. I have no idea what color this is. I've made 1 hat out of 1 skein, and I believe it was a partial skein. I cast on 40 on a US size 11 needle, and then I did 2x2 ribbing and then stockinette. At the top, I knit 2 together, and then on the next round, knit 2 together again. So that was 2 rounds of knit 2 together. And then cinched it up, sewed it up, called it done. And you would probably use a US 13 needle. I use 11 because I am a loose knitter. I do not tension my knitting whatsoever. So I go down a needle size to compensate for that. Really pretty colors, and I'm going to be using the other skein to make another hat at some point. Then I also this morning finished a sock that looks like this. It was a top-down sock, and before we get too far, the yarn is Mani Petty by Lion Brand in the colorway Mittens. These socks are not going to look identical. They'll be fraternal twins. So I did 2x2 ribbing at the top. I came down, I did a turned the heel, did a heel flap and turned the heel. It has gussets. Those are those little things right there. And then it has a swirl toe. I'm going to try and put this on my hand so you can see it. We'll all play sock puppet together. So this has a swirl toe with decreases. And this is the Laura Neal swirl toe from the Craftsy video. I am subscriber to Craftsy, so I access that. I wanted to try a different toe to see how it wears, how it feels. I usually do a wedge toe, so I thought I would do that. I'll have to cast on the second sock, and I used a 2.25 millimeter US size 1 needle for that. I'm going to reach down for a second and grab the blanket that I am working on. This is going to be a Lapgan, and this is what it looks like. This is one of my favorite patterns. I've used this again and again. It's a garter stitch blanket, but it's rectangular, and the pattern is the Bernat All-for-One Bernat All-for-One crochet blanket. And you can find that free on the Yarnspirations website. I use 2 cakes, and it'll make a Lapgan size blanket, which is perfect for the nursing home. This has 80% wool and 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It's a Caron cake that's in the color Cake Pop. So they all have dessert names. So I had a couple of skeins of that. I'm going to be reversing the order of the yarn. So this will go, I think it'll reverse it a little bit, but it'll kind of go through. And no, I won't be reversing the order of the yarn, but it'll end on white. I had to cut up one of the second cake to make it work. And I'm going to extend the blue section of the cake. If you don't know what I mean, I shall show you. So it has a bunch of colors. This originally was the inner color, and I wasn't going to start on this because I was at the dark brown stage. So I started at dark brown in this and cut here. What I'll do is when I get to the turquoise color, I'm going to take the turquoise from here, join it in, work it, and then I'll have a whole bunch of white left, and then I'll just use white for the outside of it. So the color progression stays the same, and it gets easy. There's 5 colors there. You can see it more easily in this. There's 5 colors. There's several shades of brown. There's like a taupe brown, a darker brown, and then a chocolate brown. There's a white ecru color, and then like a turquoise color. So this that ecru color, or not the ecru, but the blue color reminds me of frosting a lot. So that's what I've been working on. And that's the end. It was a really quick video. I am working on stuff. I'm hoping to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. And I just got news that a family member has COVID, unfortunately, on the other side of the family. So I'm wishing them well. Send thoughts and prayers to that person's way if you feel like it. This would be my cousin's husband. Came down with it. I don't think it's a severe case, and so far cousin and her daughter are asymptomatic for it, so hopefully that passes rather quickly. And so I'm going to leave you with that. Stay safe and craft something because it's good for your mental health. I'll see you next week, guys. Have a great week. and happy Thanksgiving.